Why is there a bat here?
It's baseball season.
The bottom of the ninth.
Did you have that there just for that?
Yes.
I've become best friends with them. Let's do it.
Yeah, I'm festive.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Dear Hollow Heroes. Liam, whoa. I'm ready to be back on the couch.
Particularly excited today.
You're particularly excited today?
Yeah.
Well, how come?
Because we have the start of baseball season. That's right. I announced it. Ha!
Go back to the cold open where it's Rob announcing it. All right, so we have an awesome slate for you guys today. And we're going to go straight to the top story. But first, before we get anywhere, I'm wearing a Yankee jersey. Rob's wearing a Yankee jersey. Who do you have, Rob?
This one is Jorge Posada.
Yeah, I have Lou Gehrig right here.
I've never had any of my jerseys announced.
Yeah, well, Liam, Tony V of the Bronx Yankees would love for you to join and wear your Yankee jersey today.
Go Mets.
You got me that jersey. Wear the jersey. No?
I don't want him to break character.
Yeah, why would you?
Break character.
Yeah, no, you know who he is as a person, which is not a Yankees fan.
Yeah, sure, you are a Yankees hater. Well, let's go straight into the top story. It is down to the Final Four. UConn and their unstoppable juggernaut run. Remember when they were tied 23-23 and like towards the end of the half, and then they went on a 30-0 run to start and end the first half and going into the second half? Just unbelievable. And they will be facing off against, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Alabama.
Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. And their surprising run.
I didn't know what you were doing there. I thought you just lost your mind for a second.
By the way, if you look at the script, it's just all caps. I don't give a piss about nothing
but the Tide.
And then there's also Purdue and their consistent run, and they'll be going against NC State.
Gassing Alabama. Purdue is still here.
Purdue made it. And they're going to be facing off NC State and their Cinderella team because no one thought they'd be there, and they are kind of they're got to be the Cinderella team of the tourney. So how do you guys see this ending? Do you think there's going to be a surprise, or is UConn going to walk to the finals and win it all?
So I think it ends with a ment. It's a tournament, not just a tourney. Just figured I'd put that out there. Otherwise, it's UConn's to lose.
You know it's bad when you're insulting me and you get a face, like, because usually like, oh, it's insulting
that one was
Ben.
stupid.
I've never heard it called a tourney before.
I've definitely heard it called. I
have not.
Sorry, as much as I would like to be on your side here, you're definitely wrong.
I'm not wrong. I've just never heard it.
I've heard it both ways.
Oh,
that's Rob's thing. Yeah.
Back on topic.
Definitely UConn's to lose. That's a great way to put it. They're just the best team in the tournament.
But it's been unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
And there's everyone, when you do a bracket, you want to pick the team that not everybody's picking because you never know who's going to win. You want to pick kind of like the second or third team that's favored. But if there's a year to pick the favorite and be 100% confident, it's got to have been UConn this year.
Their games aren't even worth watching.
Yeah,
because you know it's just going to be a blowout.
Every time, because I picked them to win it all. Every time I'm like, I'm going to go tune in. It's halfway through the first half, and I'm like, there's no point. They've already won. I'm going to go watch another game because I've watched 10 minutes of them.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. It's kind of boring because they just dominate all three facets of the game. Transitions, defense, offense.
Special teams.
I meant transition, but okay. Just free throws, shooting. Just
pitching, batting.
Their goalie's good. But they're so good, their goalie's good. Everything about UConn's perfect, and it's going to be crazy to see them lose. But I'm hoping for it, actually, because I just want an excuse to keep
I don't see
it.
Bama taking them down.
I don't, but I just want an excuse to scream, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide for just one more day.
Do you see Purdue losing to NC State?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I do.
If I'm
Known
being
chokers.
yes, known chokers.
Yes,
If I'm
Fairleigh
being honest,
Dickinson University
I'm so
student.
surprised they made it this far.
Yeah, me too.
I genuinely, in every single bracket I made, did not have them making it this far.
I'm with you.
Me
and
neither.
I've made upwards of 15.
You made 15 brackets?
Yes.
What were you doing? Were you just 2 days of just filling out brackets?
Yes. That's basketball. That's March Madness.
That's
That's what you
basketball,
gotta do.
Susan.
I thought he was going to say it.
I almost did, but
Yeah.
I was like, no, it's not going to land.
Oh, man. No, I think the problem with Purdue is just their games have been they haven't been a number one seed, the best way to put it. They've kind of played down to their competition. So this is kind of a good chance for NC State to take control because
I think they've been playing very well.
they have, but they have a reputation of playing down.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
So I feel like if you're NC State, this is the one you want to face, even more than Bama
I mean,
and
Purdue
UConn.
struggles the most with teams ranked below 10, so we're going to see.
You want to see it happen again so bad, don't you?
Yeah. I also like the NC State story.
Oh,
It's a great
how could you
story.
not want to see the Cinderella go all the way to the
Yeah,
finals?
exactly. And it's just like they had to win games to even get in the tournament. And those games were impressive. And then they get there and they don't lose. They haven't lost for a very long time. And DJ Burns is a very fun star to watch. It's a good story.
And I'm really excited to see how it turns out. It's just unfortunate we have to wait until Saturday, right? Saturday, but
But the best thing about the Final Four is it is just about 6 hours of straight basketball. And that is amazing. You just plop down on a couch.
And when is it? That's
save your
Saturday,
spot.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Save your spot. Maybe get a sandwich in commercial breaks and just watch basketball.
oh yeah.
It's all on one court, all in one night.
Let's go straight to the burning questions because we got to stay in college basketball. Obviously, the Final Four for the women's is set, but we got to talk about the main matchup in the Elite Eight. It's got to be LSU versus Iowa. What an unbelievable performance by Caitlin Clark. 41 points, aided to defeat the defending champs. Liam, you watched the entire game.
I did.
And you sent me one text because I was at an interview for a job. And I was sitting there in the interview, or was it on the phone? And you were just like, it was on the phone. And Liam just says, Caitlin Clark's like really good at basketball.
She's very good at basketball. For those who didn't know.
If you didn't know, you now. I feel like everyone knows. But
She's a problem. There's no way to guard her. And it opens up so much for her teammates. It's unreal.
it's the shooting is, of course, the best part of her game. She could shoot.
Well, she also sees a floor very well.
That's what
Her
when you
passes are
watch.
crispy.
It is.
She gets unbelievable. I think she's on pace to, if she played next season, she could break the NCAA assist record. Like, she's that.
I think she broke it in a single season this past game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she's just cracked. Everything. Anything that involves offense, she's 10 out of 10 at. It's unbelievable. And when you watch, it's just like, I don't know, it just feels like you're watching, like, a Steph Curry or like something like that, where you just like, this person's commanding the floor.
Yeah, she's very impactful at every play.
Speaking of her impact, I was at a meeting with a bunch of old grouchy men during this game, but the game was on, and it was nothing but a bunch of old dudes who 2 months ago couldn't care less about women's college basketball, talking about LSU and Iowa like it was their favorite game ever.
It's pretty cool.
The matchup, the game, the players on both teams, it's bringing a new light to women's basketball and the sport as a whole.
Well, it was much needed.
But it was just fascinating to see from that point of view of just an 82-year-old man next to me going, these girls can actually play basketball. Yeah, they can.
And it's really kind of cool because the second best player in the game wasn't even the best player for her team that game, Angel Reese. She was kind of like she played well, but she wasn't like playing the
She
best.
played well.
She played
She
well.
got 20 rebounds, right?
True.
She was a beast, yeah.
Okay, she was still a beast.
Yeah, she's okay, yeah.
But that's the
What are you
point.
talking about?
She's amazing, and that wasn't like her best game. Like you saw the best of Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
That's my point. I'm like, it could be even better. So I feel like that's what makes it so big for the sport. And also, in my opinion, I think that was the most hyped up game of the entire NCAA basketball tournament, all genders. That was the most hyped up game so far. And it did not disappoint because even with 41 points, she needed to hit all 41 points to win that game. So it was incredible.
They won by like 8, didn't they?
Yeah. So she needed
So
sorry. She needed like 33.
Well,
of
it was
those
just a
points.
weird statement to make.
But so sorry.
No, it's
Liam.
okay. Just be better next time.
Okay.
It's okay.
But do you think Clark will go down as an all-time college athlete, like ever in NCAA?
She has the record for most points, so I'm going to say yes.
I would say probably.
Yeah, the part is if not already.
See,
I just wanted to see.
Way to provoke discussion.
yeah, no, like a part of the conversation, if this was even last year, was like the relevance of the sport of women's basketball, but it got airtime on every news network, every sport news network, every social media site. Everyone was talking about it.
It was the most watched women's basketball game ever.
Yes.
including WNBA, right?
Yeah.
And so it's hard to say she's not, because all-time points plus bringing more viewers than ever to a sport, people are going to remember her name for a long time, even if she never plays a game in WNBA, because people care about college sports a lot.
Yeah. And as Liam once said, Caitlin Clark is good at basketball.
She's pretty good.
She's not pretty good. She's good at basketball.
I don't know if I'm ready to take that leap yet.
41 points, whatever. All right, so I think it's about time, Rob, that we transition from college sports and we talk about the Bronx Bombers, the Yankees, who are 5 and zip. They don't lose. And they swept the Bang Bang Houston Astros. They swept them, brought out the brooms.
You should leave the Bronx voice to Rob. You sounded like a weird Cosby.
To me, he sounded like someone trying to do an impression of a Cuban woman from the Bronx. That's what I heard.
That was bad.
So,
If you were hyped up before, you aren't anymore.
even without
I'm
Garrett,
going to take my jersey off now.
even without Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge playing not well, they went and swept Houston, and they are currently up 1 game on Arizona, so they're 5-0. And it was by help of Juan Soto, who in game 1 got a amazing assist to end the game. Not end the game, but basically end the game. And then hit a go-ahead home run, I believe, in game 3. And his sidekick, Oswaldo Cabrera, has been just as good with 2 home runs in the series, and both of them, I believe, were to tie the game. So, do you think that, especially that series with Houston, do you think it's Yankees turning the page and playing well, or do you think it was more Houston at a slow start? Because Houston then went on to pitch a no-hitter the next game.
Okay, so I'm just going to start talking. Shut me up at any point, because I'm going to just go.
How about now?
All right.
Go.
Okay, so Juan Soto is the best baseball player of all time. Okay, fine. He's not yet, but
The greatest player to ever play the game.
What did we tell you about the voice?
he is going to go down as one of the best of all time. He is
Ooh.
in a contract year. He is 25 now and
He
already
technically-
won a ring.
he's
He
te-
is on pace
He's
to
on
be
pace.
the best.
He is actually on
Yep.
pace. That's the truth.
Yep.
Watch his at bats.
It doesn't.
Watch this
even
man
when he was
play.
in San Diego.
We're 5 games in.
Liam,
No,
even in San Diego,
This is-
I can't stand the Yankees.
Liam, even in San
when he was
Diego,
a national, he's one of the best.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were on this.
I gotcha.
That sentence was known since he was a national.
I gotcha. For sure.
Okay, fine. Anyway, excluding this moron, the kids came to play. Volpe and Cabrera playing small ball Austin Wells helping with a couple of sack flies throughout the series.
You're 4 months older than I'm calling them.
The Yanks
kids.
are down 1-0.
This is a new game, and it's not over yet. They are still undefeated. This is besides the point.
See what happens when something goes wrong? It doesn't matter. When
The
something
Yankees
goes right,
were losing in 3 of the 4 games against Houston and came back and won them. So, this is not a Yankees team to just sit down and twiddle their thumbs after they start losing.
How are the Mets doing?
not good.
Have they won a
We're
game?
talking about
We're
the
talking
Yankees.
about the Yankees.
We're talking about the Yankees. I don't want.
Listen, a big crux of the Yankees last year was how much they relied on Judge. If Judge was doing well, everyone else was doing well. And that's not how baseball works. That's not really how any sport works. If one of your players does well, then your star does well, then everyone does well, and the star does bad, everyone does bad. Especially with the sport of baseball. Everyone needs to be as consistent as possible. That is how you win baseball games. And the Yankees are taking pitches. They're putting the bat on the ball. They're not just trying to hit home runs every single at-bat. And they're getting people on the merry-go-round that is the base path. The pitching
Now I'm
is
just
good.
picturing just Yankee players on a merry-go-round. Whee!
Pitching's been good. I can't say it's, shutout, but it's been really nice to watch. Stroman did good his first start. Nestor Cortez does what he does, which is look funky on the mound but deliver you 5 solid innings of ball. Rodon looked good, especially compared to last year, because he made it past the 3rd inning. So that's a major bonus from a starter. Clark Schmidt looked like he knew what he was doing finally, as compared to previous years where he just looked like he was throwing the ball and hoping it hit the zone. This Yankees team is genuinely different. I know it's only 5 days, and I know it's early, but compared to last year, just even with the eye test, they look so different.
I'm just happy. I told you this. I think I texted you or called you this, and I said the thing I love is that every at bat is just a battle, and that we have not seen in a long time. Where 3-2 counts on a constant basis. The starters are out. And they barely get to the 5th inning sometimes because they're throwing 30 pitches an inning. It's just an absolute battle every single at bat, fouling off any bad pitch, not going crazy and swinging outside of the zone. And I love it because that's the baseball I love to see. I don't need to see 800 home runs and strikeouts if not a home run. I want to see every at bat feel like it's important, and that's what the Yankees are doing. And the bullpen is just the starters are doing well. Like Luis Gil was great, and Clark Schmidt was great, but that bullpen, man, the hitters have done great, the starters have done great, but the bullpen has done next to perfect. They have been unbelievable, and it makes me very excited. And again, it's only been 5 games. There's a lot of season left, but it is a great sign of things to come if you play like this. And this is a good recipe for success.
See, and what comes next after that is just winning games. When you have good starters, a great lineup, and a lights-out bullpen who has not let up an earned run yet. It's a winning formula. That's exactly what it is.
Anything you want to add about how great the Yankees are?
Go Yanks, dude. Great job. 5 games in. They're the greatest.
All right. So let's go to the stat of the week. Tyler O'Neill of the Boston Red Sox has broken a record that we have never seen or thought of before. Since opening day in 2020, the outfielder has homered in every single opening day game up to now. That is 5 in a row. So for 5 straight years on opening day, Tyler O'Neill has hit a home run.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Thank you for correcting my math. And
It just doesn't sound right.
No, it doesn't.
so the question is about Tyler O'Neill. I'm not gonna lie, there was nothing to build off that. So since the sports are full of crazy records that are almost unbreakable, besides the ones that are literally unbreakable, what do you think is the most difficult record to break? It can't be like it's genuinely impossible, but it has to be possible.
Wilt's 100 points.
100.
Although it's fraudulent.
The 100 points, they've gotten close People are scoring 80 a lot more frequently now.
What's the last 80-point game you've seen?
Wasn't there like Donovan Mitchell scored like near 80?
Like close, but like he hasn't scored 80.
Still, but they're scoring close to 80 and like
And now the league wants more defense.
yeah.
So good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. What are they gonna do?
They have to do something.
They're not going
They can't
to.
let this keep happening.
They're not going
We
to do.
can't see 100-point games.
They love it.
Although we never have seen a 100-point game.
Fans don't love it, but for some reason, I don't know. I don't know if fans like it or not. I don't, but I just feel like they're not. They're just going to let it be 200 to 200. That's what it's going to become, in my opinion. So there will be 100.
201 to 200, and it's going to be OKC with like one of their players hitting 100 points and still lose.
To be fair, if it was 201 to 200, that'd be a pretty sick game.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think they played defense in that game.
But I'd rather see 100 to 101.
And
Sure.
one player just scores 100 points.
Well, no, obviously not.
No one could guard him, and he lost.
I don't know. I feel like we are in the minority that we like good team basketball, but I don't know.
It's just a bummer. But I think the most unbreakable record in all of sports, I feel, of course, the easiest one is DiMaggio's hit streak. You think that's an easy one to break?
Juan Soto's going to break it.
No. I don't know who will, but it's a breakable record.
Okay, so what's your unbreakable record?
That's the one.
Yours was the hit streak?
Yeah, I feel like I can't help but always think that one when I think of an unbreakable record.
Oh, then I'm gonna go with Cy Young's complete games, because he has over 200 of them, and pitchers don't pitch complete games.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also when pitchers pitched every single game, and you pitched the whole game.
Yeah.
Baseball was a different game. You pitched 3 out of the 4 games if you were a good starter.
Ooh.
Like their arms were made of rubber back then. But that's never going to be broken just because baseball's changed as a sport. I think another baseball record that is going to be very difficult for anyone to break, but if they do, is Cal Ripken Jr.'s consecutive games played.
Yeah. It was amazing that he broke it in general, that Cal Ripken broke the record, let alone because when it was Gehrig's record, no one thought that would be broken, and then Ripken broke it, and it's now even more impossible to do. So I just kind of debunked your possibility of it, but still.
No. Well, that's kind of the point. Like it feels impossible because in baseball, players are going to get hurt, always an option, or managers give players rest days throughout the season. They'll just be like, "You're benching," not only you bench them.
Manager, you benched.
If I remember correctly, only 4 players in the entire league last year played all 162 games.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen in any sport.
Yeah, no, exactly. So to have a record like that, it feels so out of reach because how many consecutive seasons is it? It's 11 consecutive seasons?
2000. Yeah, it's around 10 to 11, maybe even. You have to get to, I think, if around your 11th to 12th season to get it.
So you have to start young, play every single game, not get benched, and just play your entire career as a starter in baseball.
You can never get hurt for 11 years.
Good luck.
So, yeah, those are our unbreakable records.
I'd also like to shout out Wayne Gretzky's assist record.
Ooh,
that is insane.
Another one.
I don't know the number, but it's got to be insane. I've looked at his numbers. He's so by far the best hockey player ever.
It's insane.
Insane.
If you wanted just fun time with stats, just look up Wayne Gretzky's all-time numbers compared to who's in second place.
Oh, another one that's going to be tough, but I feel like the way the game's going, it's going to be easier. So if I feel like it would seem tough to get Brady's passing records after 40 years old.
I think players are going to start playing longer.
But that's my thought process. But the short-term memory also might hit them too, because fans have short-term memory. So if you have one bad season, you get moved around and it changes your career like crazy. So I think that's another thing.
Yeah, but we're not talking about journeymen. We're talking about GOATs.
True.
Yeah, you don't break one of these records unless you're one of the best of all time.
Exactly, and you're also looking at more of a passing league now.
True, true.